my turn.
Here we are in the St. James kitchen. Pretty much done with everything. Let's show you this during the day. And then I'll also, toward the end of this video, I'll put a link to the nighttime video so you can see that, and that is pretty sweet. So here we go. This is the finished product of the kitchen. And we got the griddle, a double burner, the grill with infrared and zone heating. We have another double burner. And then we have a prep area, a 21-inch sink, and the sink also has an integrated cutting board. And here, check this out. This is pretty cool. There's hot and cold water in here. And turn this on. Right, pretty normal. See that pattern? And then integrated soap dispenser. Put this cutting board back on. Both sides of the cutting board are finished, so it's reversible. And then, so we got all the lights in here. Here's what the burners look like. Take you through this. Stainless steel, gold accents in the burner. Beautiful. Heavy. This grate is heavy. Disperses the heat better. And this is lights. In order to get the pilot to light, you just push in and turn. And now the color changes, and now you know that this one is hot. So, pretty neat that you have the light accents. And all of these have light accents. See, on the grill, other burner, on the griddle. See the lights? Here we go. Pretty cool features on these appliances. These are Blaze appliances, heavy. 304 stainless steel construction. And also, you're out here at night and you're cooking, and there's also this other button on the grill right here. This one is the accent lighting for the knobs, and you can also see what you're doing. Those are also somewhat functional for that as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I had the Weber one that you put here, and it's a little bit in your way. Cool. So, this is another heater. You can actually, I believe you can put a rotisserie on here. But we have all the appliances pretty close here, so I don't know if I'll take off the griddle here, the griddle top. Here it is, flat top. Fish, vegetables, eggs. You could put pots and pans on it. I mean, anything. Anything. And you have your area. It's like your own Arirang, Benihana, Flamin' Onion, Volcano, whatever on here. And you have your area for cleaning out the grease. Here's your tray. Obviously, there's one tray. Hold on. You know, all of these have trays. Pull them out. Here, pull this out. Pull this out. And of course, this is your prep area, sink. And then we have cabinetry. Here's your garbage. Nice slide out, very, very convenient. You swipe all your stuff off directly into the trash. Very clean, very functional. And then below the sink, you have paper towels. What we did was we actually took the rubber backing off of this mount, because this was extra. We actually added that. And we unscrewed it and put Loctite in there. Screwed it back on, and then we used an epoxy. And we epoxied the screws while we put them in, and we put a whole bunch of epoxy on the back of this mount so that this will be very stable. And we also chose to put the mount so that you have to take the paper towel off and inside the kitchen, because whenever you're going to do it, you're going to rip the paper towels this way, and we don't want this thing flying off. That wouldn't be cool. So we did that also. And notice, so with the panel masonry system that we use, we're certified ClifRock installers for all of Missouri. ClifRock panels are 10,000 PSI, glass fiber reinforced, and there's other additives in there like resins to really make this a very long-lasting, beautiful, durable product. But another thing that's really great about it, it's concrete, so there's nothing to rust, nothing to rot. You know, many, many, many years of service life. But you have so much space under here. The walls are about 1.5 inches thick, and you have a lot of room under here. If you're doing traditional wet masonry, you don't have that much room because you have to have the thickness of the block that you're contending with. Here is under the grill, right here. This is where kind of the heart is, and we actually, now you start to see, here's your inner workings of the kitchen. And this is centralized lighting control. You see under all the appliances, low voltage light, right above those two, underneath the bar, all the way around this kitchen. And like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to post the nighttime light show, you know, of what this kitchen actually turns into. So anyway, so we have junction boxes here for the lights. You know, we have, I think we have 18 lights on this kitchen. And this mounted here, this is actually the waterfall splash pool that's in this. Does your kitchen have a waterfall? Anyway, we put a fill right here. See, it's red pipe, but it's actually just cold water. And so you can fill this pool, splash pool, up right from underneath the counter. And this is the control for the waterfall. And I'll go around and I'll show you the front of that. We have all GFCI outlets under here, and flex hose gas piping. Everything is done properly. We take our time. We just want to put out a very high quality and fun, functional project. Waterfall actually has a light also. You can't really see it until you come here. That separation is the waterfall, and right here, right there, this all the way across is the waterfall light. Now we put rocks in here because this is a sheer descent waterfall, but we actually split it into 4 separate waterfalls just by using some stones. And it actually, so you can play with it and do whatever you'd like, but with the sheer descent, it's a little bit quieter. And when you have the 4 different waterfalls, it's brighter. And that's another thing. I'm jumping around gazebo, but there's this other button here. You see this button, and this, you press this, it's an air switch, and the air switch actually is pneumatic. You push that and air goes and turns on the waterfall, and it takes a minute for it to power up, but then you're able to very slickly get the waterfall going. So here you go. So, as I said, we'll show you, and so, just for the purpose of this video, even though it's so awesome, so we can just take this rock out right here. See if you take this rock out, changes it. You can already hear it went quieter, but we'll put it right back. Kind of cool, and you can just change it to however you like. You can play with it, you know, it's nice. So anyway, same air switch right here. Turn it off. And also notice here that, so these doors are really heavy. They're just like to open them and close them. And actually, these are, I'll show you this too. Right here, you push this button, and let's see if I can push this button, and the doors come right off. If you need full access and you don't want to damage them, put them right on the side, and you can just take the doors off. So kind of cool. Put this back on real quick. So put the door back on, and then over here under the griddle, oh, that's not on. There you go. Under the griddle, flat top, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you have another access door here. Lot of room. Look at all the room in here. I mean, you could put anything in here. You know, anything. So in here, what we did is these are sealed units. There's walls and a ceiling and a floor, so you can really keep stuff in here and you won't get bugs and all that stuff. But I just put all the manuals and everything. There's some stainless steel cleaner in there, but here's, you know, you can keep anything in there. Pots, pans, cooking utensils, soft clothes. So here's our lights. And what I did, take this out. What I did with the lights, I really didn't want, if something happens in the future, we try to think about maintenance. So with these lights, we can just take them out. We didn't screw them in, because then that would make it a big ordeal. We have to disconnect all the electric and the gas and everything. But I can actually disconnect this thing right here. And I actually put a cable on here. Let me see if I can get this out of here. Okay, I'll show you what I did here. Put a heavy nut on here, see? So these are weights, and they actually just keep this. Industry secrets here. They actually just keep this from teeter-tottering. And it's nice for servicing the light system. So this countertop, we made all of this in the shop. You've seen in the previous videos. We made the countertop. It has 3 coats of a penetrating sealer. And it brings up the color more. We actually use the same sealer for the patio, the cabinetry walls, the vertical walls of the kitchen all the way around, and the top. And this is buffed out to 3,000 grit. We start at 50 and we go all the way up to 3,000, so it's very smooth. Another thing I wanted to point out, if you notice here, we recessed the cabinetry doors. So we didn't just put it in over the texture of the kitchen, because you have your rock facing and your surface texture. So we actually cut them in and inlaid them into the facade. And here is the front of the waterfall splash pool. And you can see we actually used a stain. So we made this splash pool using ClifRock. And we formed it. We actually did it all. It's in the video, previous videos, if you've seen those. And then we used an ocean blue stain, also from ClifRock. And there's lights underneath of the kitchen that when it's a little darker, we turn them on, and that actually glows like an ice blue. It's really sweet. If you're having a party, depending upon your party guests, you could probably fill that whole thing with ice, and that would be another, and some beverages, and that would be kind of fun too. And we made the bar a little bit higher so that you can have bar seating. We allowed us to put another accent light right here. And, all this panel you've seen in the previous videos, how we stain everything, and all this on the countertop is integrated coloring. So we actually took different mixes of ClifRock panel mix cement and made charcoal color and like a terracotta color. And then this gray is actually ClifRock, but if you look closely, if you can see because of the sheen here, but see if I can get that to focus. Anyway, there you go. That is actually the ClifRock product. We just buffed it down, polished it down, and it looks like a granite. And there's other things that we can do. We can put powders in there to introduce like a gold flake, and just anything. We can do that. So then we have the gazebo. Let me get outside real quick and show you the gazebo. We'll go around with that a little bit. So here is a steel galvanized powder coated hammer powder coat finish double roof gazebo. And we actually put a grounding rod through the patio 6 feet down, and we grounded that just to, to be on the up and up. And this has an integrated guttering system. So there's screens in the roof. You can't really see them, which is nice. There's screens in between the main roof and the double roof. And there's an integrated guttering system all the way around. And the water actually comes out at each corner post, which is very nice. You have a privacy screen that's a heavy duty all-weather canvas with a zipper. There's also an insect net here where you can close it. It's just a screen, insect screen, and that's nice. You're outside and you can close that. There's fans that we put in. Customer supplied the fans. We put the fans in. We actually put Unistrut up on the top framing of the gazebo, and we had to put a disco ball. That has 3 speeds. It reacts to music. It's a 12-inch disco ball. It's a very crisp light that it gives off. So that's why I chose that one. And the patio, the kitchen lights are set up in different zones. This is the bar, then there's 6 lights there. This is the kitchen. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then one on the short side here, 8, 9, 10. So the other zone is the pond, and there's 2 lights underneath. So that is 18 lights. Then finally, we ended up putting a TV with a motorized mount. Turn right. Okay, just kidding. It doesn't do that. Pretty cool, though. Yeah, I'm going to move over here. All right, follow me function. Doesn't do that either. He's moving it. So. Anyway, it'll come down, and then it'll swivel either direction. So you're here at the grill, and you can watch TV, see what's going on, and then you can also serve guests here. You can sit here, hang out, and you can turn this TV so that you can watch it straight on. We are going to be adding some pop-up outlets in the top of this bar top. We're going to put one here. We're going to put one over there. Push the button. The outlets come up. There's like 2 or 3, I think there's 3 outlets in each one of those. Patio is done. They already started, decorating. Did a great job. All the base rock is under here to create a transition grade back to the existing. This is a natural waterway that we maintained right here. That goes, all the way from one side of the yard all the way to the other. We did hook up this gutter and this gutter right here. There's a line in other videos, you've seen it. All the utilities come right through here. The drain comes there for the sink, and it just empties out right over here with the storm water. Started out with a drainage job, wanted a deck, and then we suggested a patio, and the patio was more economical. And then we ended up with this really awesome extension of your home. Family entertaining space. You can be out here breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Watch the games. And just have fun with it. This was a really fun project. I really thank the clients for entrusting us to do a project like this with them, but we had a lot of fun. I really enjoy them, and we had so much fun. And this thing really kicks ass at nighttime. You have your accent lighting on all the appliances. You have the lights in the ceiling. You have the disco light. You have the lights underneath the countertop that all react to the music. I mean, this thing, it really cooks. All pun intended. All pun intended. And even in the winter, you can put a heater in here, close your privacy curtain, and still have the lights, still have the the bar, the TV. It's a smart TV. You have Bluetooth, you have Wi-Fi, you have all your apps and everything. It is just, it's a kick-ass system that they're going to enjoy for years to come. Give us a call if you're interested in outdoor living, outdoor entertainment, drainage issues, grading. We do the whole thing. We control the timeline. I'm on every single job to make sure that I communicate with the clients and everything. We're all working together, and we just, anything that comes up, we handle it. I'm going to fulfill my promise, and I'm going to post the nighttime video of this kitchen. Here you go. Take care.